Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is your Chinese bestie Paloma. Today I'm gonna do a tour of my new car. It is a Chinese EV car for sure, and I'm also gonna answer all the questions I've been asked so far about this car. So stay tuned and let's get started. This is actually the first car that I actually bought by myself at the age of nearly 30. And no, I'm not some crazy rich Asian kids that buy their fancy cars, so if you're here for Lamborghinis, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm talking about Chinese budget EV car that have all the cool features I need, and I soon realized this car is one of my best investments. My parents gave me the last car, a very cute Kia, and honestly I love it very much. It was reliable and practical. But the reason why I buy this car is because I find the step out of being employed. It was so traumatizing. If you ever been interested in how Chinese employment market look like, I make another video later on. But yeah, ever since I start my own business and I need to travel across cities and meet clients and business partners a lot, I need a new car. It's not just a commuting tour, it's part of the presentation. This one feels like a milestone, like you officially feels like, yeah, I'm gonna be responsible for my life right now. It's actually funny that at first I have my eyes on another model named BJ40 by the brand Beijing, and I negotiated the price back and forth with the sales for almost a month, and finally the sales tell me there may be some discount on the auto show, so I went there and I instantly fell in love with this car instead. I don't know why, but is there any girl out there just like me always have eyes on off-road boxy looking car? They just make me feel so safe and strong and giving this cool neutral vibe. Right now it's 4 p.m. in the afternoon. The lighting may be a little bit crazy, but never mind. Let's take a look at the car. There she is. Isn't it pretty? I think she's so gorgeous. The color is so vibrant. You can easily tell the difference between her and the other cars. Obviously, she is the girl's car. She is quite tall, as you can tell. She is probably about 190 centimeters. Now let's have a tour of the car. So from the front, you can see there are ultrasonic sensors. There are actually 12 in total, being evenly placed from front, a side, and the back. These are the tires. They were originally all black, but I added a little personal touch and made the shells white. I'm honestly a big fan of blue and white, and my favorite colors, and I feel like you can never go wrong with that combo. That is a cute parking plate in case somebody wants to contact the car owner. Even though this is technically an off-road style car, I think the overall vibes gives young and little feminine. At the back, instead of a traditional spare tire, you can see this backpack style design, and I actually love how creative people get with this part. I've seen so many owners turn it into a mobile coffee workstation, which I think is such a fun idea. And right here you can see the brand slogan, Born to Play, that really speaks to me. It's not just about driving off-road, it's about enjoying life, having fun, and not taking things too seriously. Another thing I really like is the app. I can actually unlock the car directly from my phone like this. And there are a few very useful buttons on the control panel. For example, I can honk the car if I can find it in the parking lot. Oh my god. Open the back trunk and turn on the AC remotely. This is honestly such an important feature for me, especially in the summer. I can set the temperature before I even get to the car, so when I open the door, it's already cooled down to a comfortable temperature. Now you see the seat automatically moves back to create more space for me to get in. It's just a small detail, but it makes getting in and out so much easier, especially when you're carrying bags or just don't want to squeeze. Once I step on the brake, the seat automatically moves back to my safe position. Let's get on the interior. First off, I want to talk about the leather of the chair. I'm not sure if it's genuine leather, probably not because of the price point, but it's just so comfortable though. It's very smooth, as you can see from the camera. This is a big screen. There are a lot of buttons and the setting I can play around with. Like you can move your cars like this, and here you can select different of the applications. Like you can even connect with your Apple Play or Huawei, depends on what phone system you're using. Here you can play music and listen to podcasts or even watch some TV show. Here I have a small screen as well. This screen is pretty practical. When I turn on the navigation, it will tell you when you need to turn left or right. So I don't need to always look at the right side. And here will tell you about the speed and the road situations, and also the battery level. Here is pretty much about music. For example, I can turn on or turn off with this button, and I can switch to another songs by left or the right. I think the best thing of EV car is that it's usually very smart. For example, if there's raining, I don't need to turn on the windscreen wiper by myself. It just automatically be on. It just saves me so much hassle, and that is not gonna distract me while I'm driving. This is the 360 degrees features, which you can see obviously different side. I don't need to buy a dash cam and attach on the top. I can actually recording videos all the time by the front camera. And it will tell you how close you are from the other object, and then remind you with some beeping sound. I usually go with the comfortable or economic. If I go on a highway, I would choose the sport, and this is for the wet road, in case the road is being slippery. Overall, I think it's very considerable design because it comes with the lighting. So if I want to do makeup in the car, it just makes everything so much easier. Okay, let's check out the storage. This is a lip balm I bought in Korea. I always keep it here. If I lift this up, you can see I usually keep tissues and wet wipes inside, which is honestly a must. Right here, you got a USB Type-C port. Down here is where I usually put my coffee and water bottle. It's covered. And underneath that, there is actually a hidden storage space. This is where I keep important things like my driver's license. Oh, and underneath the seats, there are drawers as well. In this one, I kept some daily essentials, and in another drawer, I usually keep dog food, just in case my fur baby gets hungry when we out together. So here is the Q&A timing. Most common question I get it is what car it is, what model it is, because it looks low-key like a Mercedes Chinese EV car actually. So the name of it is called Super V23. It is under the brand Chery. Chery is actually quite a famous one in both domestic and overseas markets. They have other sub-brands like Arizio, Jetour, Exit, etc. So yeah, it's an established brand, it's not a random brand. And I think it's very important you're gonna find a reputable brand when you get to choose a Chinese EV car, because the competition here is so intense. There are more than 120 Chinese EV cars in the market. You don't want to see the cars you buy today, the brand disappear in a few years. We don't know. There are a couple reasons. The most important one is it's so much affordable. You can also take a wild guess how much does it cost. I will reveal it shortly. The second one, it is easier for city commuting because the size is just proper. The third one is the appearance. I mean, it's so pretty and it stands out immediately out of all the cars. So yeah, all this reason make it become my dream car. Now I'm gonna tell you how much does it cost. This is a question that everybody asked. I'm gonna break down clearly, include the car price itself and also all the other expenses. When I bought it, its listed price is 121,900 RMB, which is like $17,500. Correct me if I'm wrong to see if my math is mathing. Anyway, does this price match what you guessed? And I'm curious to know that how much does a car like this usually cost in your country? Here is the breakdown of the extra expenses. First of all is the color. Yes, I do need to pay extra for this blue color, which cost me about 2,000 RMB. However, this color is actually be discontinued to produce, so I am probably the only one in my city to own this blue color, which make it even more appealing to me. And then is the insurance. Usually in China, the EV car's insurance is more pricier than the normal gas car, and this one cost me 5,500 RMB. And then it is the license, which cost me just 500 RMB, and you can get this done in just one day. You can also choose your own number. Purchasing tax I pay for this car is just 0 RMB. I bought this car in November, so here's a context that China is strongly supporting EVs right now. If you choose to buy EV instead of the gas car before this year, you just need to pay nothing. But ever since 2026, you will start to pay the tax. However, it will still be the half amount of the gas. And then is the financing. So I choose to pay in installments. For now, I do need to pay around 2,000 RMB monthly. After 2 years, I can choose to do it still, or I can just pay the rest of the money. The total interest I need to pay if I end it up in 2 years will be about 6,000 RMB, which is fine with me. And I forget to mention there's also a subsidy from the government. So if there's any EV cars just like mine under 150,000 RMB, you can get a subsidy from the government for like 4,000. If there's any car above that number, you can get 5,000. But it depends on the areas and the city that you live in. About the accessory that I pay for, as right now it's already evening time, I can get to show you my beautiful ambient lighting. I pay 800 RMB for this ambient lighting. Do you think it's worthy? It's the window tint, which is 1300 RMB. I think it's very good pricing and compare different store. This one is 5 millimeters and it's a sunproof, UV protection. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the pricing. It met my expectation or even a little bit better than what I thought. And now let's be honest, if you want to ask me if there's any downside of this car, yes, definitely. And I think the biggest one, it is the driving range. It is officially listed as 401 kilometers, but according to my experience, it gets to around 350 kilometers something. It could be inconvenience, especially during the Chinese holiday, when the power station on the highway is going to be so packed, you're going to wait in a long line just to charge a car. The second one I think probably could be the speaker, which many people on the internet, the owner of this car complains about. Let me try to play a song and you can feel it. It is okay. It's not amazing for sure, but it is acceptable in my opinions. Maybe I'll consider change into a better speaker when I get more budget, but now it's totally fine with me. Okay, I actually need to mention something that literally just happened. It's kind of random and I didn't even think about it until now. I was trying to auto parking again, and when the car was reversing, all the sensors are down here, right? So it sensed what was behind the car, but it didn't detect the high limit bar on top, and it just kept going back, and yeah, I hit it. I was like, wait, what? Luckily, my car is fine because I have a roof rack on top, so that kind of took a hit. But honestly, after this, if I'm not 100% sure, I still choose to park manually. Alright, that's pretty much for today's vlog. I hope I explained everything clearly and this video was helpful, especially if you're curious about what is it actually like to buy EVs in China. I can't believe that I feel this from the afternoon all the way to the evening because it is my first English vlog. I fumble a lot, but hopefully I can get better next time. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I do appreciate that. If you do enjoy this video, please give me a like. It does help a lot. And if you want to see more real life in China, feel free to subscribe. I would like to see you next time. Bye.